Happy birthday to me! 19 years on this earth, you think I would have learned something? I think I might have. So for this week's video, I thought I could share 19 things I learnt over 19 years. And they range from unserious things to deep, dark feelings. That's the intro, I guess. You know how there's like a kind of genre of video where it's like big sister talks, big sister advice? I would like to do that too. I like being a girl's girl. So I thought, let me know what you think of this. You know that older cousin you have who's like really cool and they like have a cool style, they look like they have their life together, they've got all this stuff going on for them. I want to be that cool cousin, not the big sister. Because also I feel like some of you watchers might be my age. I could be that cool cousin. So it's like we're at the family barbecue, the family gathering, and then your cool cousin like just came back from university and you're like, oh my goodness, can you tell me stories? And they take you to the bedroom and they tell you all this good advice. That's me. What do you think about that? I think it's a pretty cool idea. Maybe I should just, what's it called? Bite the bullet, I think. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and call myself the big sister. Because that's what the algorithm likes. I've got the 19 things we're going to talk about here. Let's get to it. Numero uno. Number 1. Have you seen
See this little number on your makeup container thing? That says how many months after opening it you should throw it out.
It lies. If your makeup's still working, just use it. No one's going to buy a different mascara every 2 months if one mascara lasts you over a year.
No one's gonna do that.
They'd be like, ew, it's bad for you. No, it's not. Do you want to know how I know? I use the same eyeshadow palette for contour that I had in at least 2016. I still use it and I'm fine. If it's making you react badly, of course throw it away. But otherwise it's a lie. It's trying to make you spend more money. And you don't need to do that. Number 2, when you are crying. If you don't want to cry, it's not a good place to cry, or you need to stop crying, you need to get yourself together, clench your butthole. Because you'll be focusing so hard on clenching your butthole. Because it's kind of difficult to do that, isn't it? You clench and then and then it kind of loosens up a bit. You clench again, so you have to keep focusing on that. Then it will distract you from crying. If that's not working, drink water. That works. You can't cry and drink water at the same time. Your eye things, they leak and then you take in water and something happens and yeah. On the topic of buttholes, number 3. If you are sitting on the toilet and nothing is coming out, but there is stuff to come out, rock. I'll show you, side to side like this, or around in circles like this, and go the other way like that. It works. It works. Now we're moving on from the unserious silly billy things onto a little bit more serious things. This next piece of advice, number 4, is one that I learned last year, and I also saw on a Tumblr screenshot on Pinterest, which is where I get most of my good things from. It is give no take no. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on YouTube, so I'm gonna bleep that out. But basically, if someone is being stupid and idiot to you, don't handle that. You don't need to be like, oh, that's okay, it's okay. No, it's not. You will not stand for that. And then so don't take any and give no means you don't be the person that has to make someone remember to not take it. Don't let people be horrible to you. Don't be horrible to people. Number 5, I think it was. Do it yourself. DIY. Indie musicians, for example. I've been kind of learning about them and getting to know what they are about. I really like what they do. Because I used to think if you wanted to be a musician, you had to be discovered and then go sign with some big agency and then have people give you music and you have to be good and you have to go do things. No, you don't. You can just write music yourself and find someone who produces music if you don't want to produce music. You can film your own music video and have fun doing that. I didn't know that. Billie Eilish is indie. She writes and produces with somebody, I don't know who, by herself. Just do it yourself. Don't let the thought of, oh, but I need someone who knows what they're doing, hold you back. Don't let that hold you back. Do it yourself. Number 6. The 2-hour rule. Basically, if things are going really badly for me, oh, I'm really tired, or something dropped on my shirt and I have to put up with wet socks or something, and I can't deal with it anymore, I just think, will this matter in 2 hours? No, because in 2 hours I will be at home, I will be dry, I'll be clean, it'll be fine. And sometimes maybe it's like 3 hours. Will it matter in 3 hours? No. That's okay. Sometimes it's like, will it matter in 2 days? Like, I'm really stressed with this assignment. Will it matter in 2 days? No. That's okay then. Calm down, you will be fine. Or even like, I don't know, you break up with your partner and you are really sad about it and you're like, oh, I'll never feel better, I'll never heal. Think, will this matter in 2 months? Not as much. Will it matter in 2 years? No, I will not care about it. So it will be okay. Just think, if it does not matter in 2 hours, days, weeks, months, it just doesn't matter. So just let go of it. It will be fine. If it will matter after all that time, then you probably need to put more thought into that. I forgot what number we're at, but that's okay. Trust no one. And by that, I mean like, if someone goes, oh my gosh, did you hear it? Like, water's really bad for you because like, it's got a pH of 7 and there's higher and all these acids and everyone who's ever drank water has died. Don't trust that. Put some critical thinking into it. And that's a really obvious example, but take a less obvious example. I don't know, someone says, oh, you know, this person, I heard they do this and this and this, and they're really bad, you should stay away from them. Maybe, but observe, have some critical thinking, do some research. Don't take everything at face value. The thing with the internet is that all this information is so easily accessible that everyone like scrolls, they see this news thing on TikTok and it's like,
oh, this thing happening.
And everyone goes, oh my goodness, that's so true. And they scroll and they believe it. Don't do that. Take everything with a grain of salt. Don't trust anyone. And on that same note, don't trust yourself. Your brain will catastrophize. It spirals. My brain especially. Like those videos I've done where it's like, keep yourself distracted, otherwise you'll spiral. Exactly. If it has too much time to think, your brain, my brain, goes like, oh no, I need to be doing things in my life, I'm a failure, and if I don't do this, and I don't succeed in this way, then I'm wasting my life away. What am I doing? There's something wrong, I need to be doing this. No, don't trust your brain. Know that it says things that aren't true. You are very smart, and then you are very trustworthy, but sometimes your brain catastrophizes. Do not trust it all the time, like that. You know what I mean? On the don'ts, don't compare yourself. It's so easy to compare yourself, and I'm still learning to not compare myself, but
don't.
Because like, if you're comparing yourself to someone who's worse than you, it might feel great, like, look at me, I'm so good at this, I'm doing so much better than you, but I'm super talented. But then if they get better than you, that will be a big blow to your confidence, and you might start getting worse. Or if they stay that way, then you might get complacent, or you might keep at this harmful mindset of, I'm better than you, look at me, I'm so good and you're not. You don't know what's going on with them. Even in the opposite direction, if someone's better than you, don't compare yourself to them. Be like, oh, I suck, I'm so bad, they're so good at this, I'm never gonna be good. No, don't do that. Everyone moves at their own pace. Everyone has their own things going on. You don't know what's happening, and even if you do, you don't really, because everyone's so complex. You can't know every single detail. And even like outside of doing better, doing worse, if someone else does something this way, you don't have to go that way. You don't have to think, oh, this person did it this way, which means that's like, they did it, so I need to do it. No. Don't think, oh, this person did it that way and I did it this way, which means I'm better or they're better. No. Don't compare yourself. Do it your way. Do what is best for you. Okay, next. Kind of related to the last lesson is that you are going to be bad at things when you begin. And maybe even forever. And that is okay. You cannot be good at everything. You can be good at like many things, but you can't be good at everything, and that is okay. It's not indicative of how worthless a person you are if you're not good at kicking a ball around. Because I can't do that. And it is okay to be bad at things. I have like a mindset of always having to be the best at things. Like when I start learning something, I have to learn it quickly and I have to learn it perfectly. If I don't get it right, I'm like, what a failure I am. No, I've had to learn that you are going to be bad at things when you first start. And sometimes you are going to stay bad at them. You have to be bad to learn. Sometimes you have to be bad to give other people a chance to be good. Sometimes other people have to be bad to give you a chance to learn. You are going to be bad at things, and it is okay. You do not have to be good at things. You cannot be good at all things. That is okay. And the next lesson, I also learned this from a Tumblr screenshot on Pinterest, is that small happinesses feel the same and are just as important as big happinesses. Like a big happiness would be, I don't know, you get a really big raise and then your parents decide to take you to a trip to your favorite country ever and you have a grand holiday and you go to these amusement parks and have a great time. That's a big happiness. A small happiness is like when it's a dark night and it's storming outside and all the curtains are closed, you had a hot shower, you're in fluffy pajamas, you're like snuggled under the blankets and you're reading your favorite story. That's a small happiness. And it's just as important as a big happiness, if not more, because big happinesses, they are big. They require so much to go into them. So much money, so much time, so much effort. You cannot base your happiness off big happinesses only. Finding joy in the little things in life and truly appreciating all the little things in life, all these small happinesses, are ultimately a better way to be happy in life. This is not one of the 19 lessons that I've put down, but another one is that you cannot be happy forever. That sounds sad, but happiness is not a permanent state of mind. Like being a human, you are human constantly. You cannot be happy constantly. That's not how it works. Basically, you cannot be happy constantly, so finding little happinesses, very good for just keeping yourself going, chugging through life. Another thing I've learned kind of recently, especially with social media, is that people can be very full of anger. People can be very stupid, especially on social media. The reading comprehension that I have seen is so low, it baffles me. People are so lacking critical thinking, especially online. They're so angry. It's so easy to be angry, and everyone just wants to be angry online. And once you learn that, and you learn that this is just the way people are, they are angry. This should not be normal. This anger and lack of critical thinking should not be the norm. Once you start thinking of that critically, then you'll realize, okay, so this is how I stop myself from being sucked into that cesspool of negativity. And related to that is another lesson that I learned. Leave it. Learn to leave it.
Like a dog.
If you're scrolling through social media and you come across like a rage bait and everyone is arguing underneath it and they're saying, I don't think people deserve rights. I think you're stupid. I think something controversial. And you were like, oh, I hate this. This is so annoying. Leave it. You don't have to engage. Nothing will happen to you if you just click off. Step back, disengage. You don't need to talk to them. They don't know you exist. And if they do know you exist, that's okay. Turn around, walk away. Spray and walk away. This next thing I learned from Wanyang. Zhang Wanyang from IVE. It girl of some generation. I don't know the generations. But basically, I don't care. You are you, I'm me.
I don't care. You are you, I'm me.
You don't need to care about what other people think, and you don't need to care about what other people do. If someone thinks that you are a stupid, horrible person, and you know that you are not a stupid, horrible person, you don't need to spend your energy and your days going, no, I'm not a stupid, horrible person, because they don't know who you are. You know who you are. You are the only person that truly knows who you are, and if you are a stupid, horrible person or not. And if you are not a stupid, horrible person, you don't need to care that someone who doesn't know who you are is calling you a stupid, horrible person. They are them. They can think whatever they want. That doesn't mean it's true. You are you. You know what you are. They can't say things about you and make it truth. I don't care. You are you, I'm me. Oh, that is a lot of talking. My throat is dry. I'm sure it also helps if you get paid like more when more people engage with you and like they all want to hate on you and you get paid. Keep going, keep going. I'm not getting paid for people talking about me, but still, they are them, I'm me. Next lesson I learned is to do at least one productive thing a day. Sometimes you might want to set aside an entire day to do nothing. Just a break, just relax and have a great time, just do nothing. And that is great in theory, but once you actually do that day, you go through the entire day and you've done nothing productive, nothing useful to you, to your future, to your career, to your school, nothing, you are going to feel bad. So instead of nothing a day, you can do one thing. One thing, you might write one paragraph of that assignment. If that's too much, maybe you could write 2 sentences of your assignment. Maybe you could tidy 1 corner of your bedroom. Just do 1 productive thing a day, at least 1 productive thing a day, and it will build up eventually. Also, once you start getting into the groove of doing 1 thing, then you'll be like, oh, I've already started doing things, let's just keep going. And keep going, and before you know it, you might have done more productive things a day. Or you might not. You might catch yourself halfway through, say, no, I'm done. I'm not going to do any more. And that's also fine. Just make sure you do at least 1 useful thing to you, to your work, to your studies, to yourself. At least 1 every day. And the final lesson before we get into the deep, dark feelings is that you need to go out of your way to make life interesting, or it won't be. With TikTok and YouTube and all these aesthetics that are coming up, everyone's life is so interesting. They're like going to things, they have like really cool looking this and that. They're going to events and they have like music playing in the backgrounds of their lives. It's only like that because they went out of their way to make life interesting. Your life is not going to be interesting if you sit there scrolling through your feed looking at how interesting other people's lives are going to be. You have to take the initiative to work extra hard on your studies to earn money, or you take the initiative to go touch some grass, do something, invite your friends out. Your life cannot be interesting if you don't do something about it. I have learned that. Especially with making YouTube videos, I've been like thinking, how am I supposed to have a video every single week? All these people's lives are so interesting. I have to make my life interesting. No one's going to do it for me. Their lives are interesting because they did something about it. My life is going to be interesting because I do something about it. And now, for the last 3, we are getting down to the nitty gritty. I have learned my friends do not hate me. Your friends do not hate you. It's so easy to think, oh, like, they're not talking to me, they must dislike me, they must think I'm annoying, or on this outing, they're like not paying attention to me, they must think I'm annoying. No, they don't. And if they do, then they are not your friends, and you shouldn't care about them, and you should find friends that do care about them, unless they genuinely have reason to hate you, like you genuinely did something hurtful, purposefully, that hurt them. That's on you, not me. But if it's like no good reason for them to hate you, and they hate you, they're not your friends. But otherwise, they're not going to hate you. And again, you'd be like, oh, but like I don't too much, they hate me. That's a valid reason. Listen to yourself. Your friends do not hate you. Stop thinking like that. They are your friends. They love you because you are you. You love them, they love you. They probably think, oh my, you hate me. All that stuff. Because you are friends. Number 18. The future is scary. It is so scary. But that's not what I learned. What I learned is that it will be okay. It doesn't spring on you suddenly, all of a sudden. It comes day by day. You only have to take it day by day. You only have to know what you want to do the next day, and the next day, and the next day. If you suddenly look into the future, like 5 years in the future, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where I want to be. I don't know who I want to be with. I don't know, like, what's going on. But 5 years is in 5 years. You only have to know what is coming the next day, and then the next day. And then by the time you get to 5 years, you will have gone through so many next days, you might have a better idea of what is coming. The future is scary, but you have time. Finally, the 19th thing I learned, alongside it will be okay, is that you will let go of them. You will get over it. It will be okay. Time will pass, and that can be scary because you like lose your friends or change happens, but it will pass and you will get over it. In intermediate, I was so scared to lose my friends and stop talking to them. I was scared of like, what happens when I move away from the school and I can't see these people anymore? I don't know what I'll do with my life anymore. Time moved on, I made new friends. It was okay. If you break up with someone or something, you lose a friend, and you're like, what will I do with my life? I'll never, I don't know if I'll ever be okay. Time will pass. You will get over them. You will heal. That is what happens. It will hurt right now, but you will get over it. You will let go of things. you will heal and it will be okay from me to you. Okay, and that was it for this week's video. Try something new from the vlog things I do. I hope you liked it. I like to yap. Yeah, so that was my video. 19 things I learned in 19 years. I hope you learned something. I hope you like this kind of video. I hope you want to come back to see your cool cousin again. Like, comment, subscribe, share to all your friends. Have a good one, and I'll see you the next one. See you then.